I had a question. What was it like working with Tony Todd?
Oh.
Tony Todd. Tony Todd is smegma awesome. I don't know how to, like...
Trying to come up with words.
We're trying to come up with alternative words for swearing. Fragging.
He's fragging awesome.
Fragging awesome. He is awesome.
He was awesome.
Tony Todd is very tall and
very tall.
He's actually he's pretty awesome, man, and he's being able to work with one of my heroes was very exciting.
I got to act with him in the studio, which was amazing.
Awesome. Michael played the roles of many women. He actually played the role of Barbara.
Yeah. Wow, can we hear a little Barbara? Please.
All right, ready?
Stop it! Don't bite me!
Did you have just screams as Barbara, or were there actual lines?
There was one line or two.
But, we wanted him to jump into it, so he actually wore some feminine clothing.
Really?
Well, I am a method actor,
okay.
After all.
Did you happen to already have these things in your repertoire at home?
Quiet you.
Sorry.
I know he wore those undergarments in WW2. So,
did he?
They bang.
Wow.
I like every joke I'm about to say just gets cut dry. I'm like,
that's okay.
It's all good. Now tell us, how did this movie get started? How did you get involved? How did it get off the ground?
We're making a movie?
I thought so.
Let's see. Actually, originally I had a project going with Simon West and Jim Polhemus over at Simon West Productions on the lovely Paramount lot. And we were going to be doing a live action, and me and my business partner were talking about, doing an awesome animation, and I'd been watching a lot of, Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that. And I actually really, really enjoyed I always enjoyed Tim Burton's work, and I think he only produced that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but I don't know, for some reason, claymation jumped in my head, claymation, animation, and I've always been obsessed with zombies, so I was like, okay, let's do a zombie movie.
Nice.
Let's do Night of the Living Dead. Actually, my partner actually ended up suggesting that to me, because years ago, when we first started New Golden Digital, we were talking about, I'd always talked about Night of the Living Dead and telling him about, it was like one of my first horror films and how I always really enjoyed it, and I always wanted to remake it and just do something really, really, really big, and how cool that would be.
I got to ask about the 3D technology. What's the story on that? What's going on? And then also, just hearing you talk about, doing all the comic book stuff, did the graphic novels affect the direction you decided to take on this? Or, what's the story on that?
Oh, absolutely, man. I was always a big fan of Akira, and we all know Akira used to be, and, it actually used to be in, I guess, comic book form, and then, eventually they ended up making the movie, and so I don't know. I spent a lot of time doing comic books, and never actually made any money. Kind of actually, one of my bosses one time skipped out on a check that he owed me. I'm not really too bitter about it anymore. But then I called up his house, and come to find out he had been arrested for thievery.
Whoops.
So, but no, yeah, definitely that graphic style of doing comic books and all that just kind of. And definitely affected the look of the movie.
Style too.
Oh, anime, man! Come on. I mean, Akira, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop has always been one of my favorite anime. I don't know. Are you into anime?
Yeah, somewhat. I've watched definitely a lot of the Cowboy Bebop stuff and the just some other things whenever I catch them on.
Dude, did you ever catch that episode where they did I guess an homage to Robert Rodriguez, and then they had the El Rey, the bar that they always in Desperado.
No, I missed that. I did not see it.
It's one of those. It was one of those awesome episodes where everybody's hopped up on some drug and running around. They would directly inject it or pour it into their eyeball or something.
Sounds about right.
Wow.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar? And then they had the pregnant lady, and then she had a bunch of these little vials in her belly, and then she ends up getting shot in the belly. And you're like, oh my god, this is terrible. And then it's okay. It's just
La Brea.
Huh?
That sounds like Santa Monica and La Brea.
Exactly.
Zing. Now,
Pals!
And this has been described as an American anime, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because all right, you look at the movie like The Matrix.
Almost
awesome movie.
Yes,
it was one of those.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was one of those really, really cool movies, and
Sure.
but it definitely had an anime flavor to it. The shots, the way they were constructed. and especially when you're doing an animation, it makes it easier to kind of translate that particular style that you would see in either the cartoons or the graphic novels into a moving picture.
Sure.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen that in the United States as grown up animation movies. So
it's American. I like saying it like it's American anime. But I don't know. There's I guess the Canadians had Voltron there for a while. So.
Oh really?
Well, I also saw something where it was described as like a living painting. Is that
Yeah,
what you guys
exactly.
were for?
It is definitely all right. We probably should have brought some of that.
we probably should have.
Some artwork or something? Or?
Yeah, actually, I thought about it, but I'm like, duh, we're on radio. What the hell are you going to do that for? But, no, yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, it's got a very graphic novel look. I mean, in a lot of the posters, if you see some of the posters, like on the Facebook, you could join us on Facebook or any of the graphic stuff that has been released through our buddies over at Dread Central or Bloody Disgusting. Just giving a good little shout out there to those guys. It has a very comic booky feel,
sure,
and it's on purpose. There's, I don't know. For me, it's just all the things that I like. It's like all the colors of the rainbow throwing up at you at once. You get a little bit of everything.
Nice.
Sounds delightful. Should we try Adam again?
Sure.
Adam,
Hi,
you're on
Adam.
the air. Can we hear you?
All right.
There he is. Okay.
Adam, how are you?
Hey, so I have a question. I know it's an animated film. What was your favorite part of working on animated film?
It was working with myself, honestly. I really enjoyed my thought process, and the vision was. It's obviously clear.
Mm-hmm.
It's and then
He
Michael.
means every word
Mike was
of that.
okay, huh?
Michael, he loses his speech abilities during the middle of the movie, playing the role of Tom, so he ends up using sign language, which I think
The
will
rest
cross
of the film.
through the rest of the film.
It's a bold choice, but we went with it,
So
and
voice-
I think it works.
And
Voice
it-
acting with signs?
It's
Yeah.
signs.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was because his skill level as an
It kinda
animated
goes
character,
beyond words.
and it reaches a wider
Thank
range
you.
of
Thanks,
audience. And
Did you get any of that sign in the movie, or no?
say again?
Did you get any of that sign language in the movie?
Yes. Yes, a lot of it.
So your favorite part was
Right
working
on.
with yourself?
Clearly.
Okay, excellent.
I get it.
No, yeah, it was awesome working with, Tony, and Danielle was amazing. Tony and Danielle, Joe. I mean, everybody did such a kick,
Phenomenal.
awesome, phenomenal job. Yeah, they did a great job. Words that mean good things. No, they were just really, really talented. Everybody came in and they just nailed it right out the gate, and Tony was actually one of my first choices for to play the role of Ben. I'd always been I loved the Romero remake. I loved Savini's remake. Because when you're a kid, I mean, anything that was a zombie film, I wanted to see. I didn't care what it was,
Sure.
just so long it was out there. And I was always a big fan of Savini's of his makeup effects, and so I don't know. It was Ben's Tony's performance in that. Was always something that I thought was. He's a really powerful actor.
Oh, absolutely.
And Danielle, my God, man, she just walks in there, nails it every beat. Boom, 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 boom.
You're talking about Danielle Harris, right?
Yeah,
she
Danielle
was a
Harris.
consummate professional.
Okay.
Alona Tall. Alona, amazing.
I think the reason I kill is my father. He didn't approve of me. My father was always telling me,
So
son.
hold on. Why are you getting into this exposition now? I mean, it seems really late in the story.
I know. I hate exposition too.
Well, then why are you saying it now?
I don't know. I'm not the writer.
Well, someone should have caught it. What?
Well, now I'm not in the mood.
I'm sorry, I can do this again.
Would you? That'd be great.
Yeah.